Hey, what's up, everybody? So I wanted to make a video talking about proteolytic enzymes. I've been taking these for the last few weeks, mostly to help deal with some injuries I've had. I've talked about on previous videos how for quite a long time now, it's been like 8, 10, maybe even a full 12 months of dealing with like left-sided tendon pain, where it's been kind of slowing down my lifts because it's hurts, and I'm worried about worsening it. My right side also does occasionally was occasionally hurting, but not as bad as my left. And then also for like the past like 4-6 months, I've also been dealing with knee pain in both of my knees. I don't know if that was also tendon or like ligament related or what. But since I've been taking these proteolytic enzymes, they're also, I think, called proteases. My pain, like in my tendons and my knees, have been like way better. And I've tried a lot of different stuff. Well, I shouldn't say a whole bunch of different stuff, but I've tried like, taking anti-inflammatories like, Aleve, ibuprofen, also Tylenol. That's not, an NSAID, but to try to help manage the pain too, Tylenol. None of those really helped. I was briefly using some BPC 157, as well as TB 500. Those are two different peptides that you inject. I think you can take the BPC systemically too, like orally, but it's not so effective. But I was injecting those a few times a day, mostly localized to my, injecting it into my arm by my tendon. That seemed to help a little bit, but I've been really blown away with these four that I've been taking. I don't know the exact date, but I'd say like it's been about 2 weeks now, 2.5 weeks. But I noticed like benefit like in just the first few days. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about them. So proteases or proteolytic enzymes are enzymes that break down proteins. They can help with digestion, but apparently these also have systemic effects. The thing, one of the considerations you need to keep in mind is that these need to be taken on an empty stomach. So I think like 2 to 3 hours since your last meal, or longer, preferably longer, and then not having a meal like within like an hour, hour and a half after taking them. So as well as buying them in delayed release capsule form. So the reason for the empty stomach and for the delayed release capsules are because they need to get past your stomach in order to be effective. The reason for that is if it's not in a delayed release, or if you have food in your stomach, you kind of keep that content in your stomach for a bit longer, so your body can digest it. So either way, if those get released, if these enzymes get released in your stomach and don't get a chance to like kind of pass into your small intestine, then your stomach acid and your own digestive enzymes in your stomach will break these apart. From what I've been reading, like it still possibly might have like some effects, like even like it doesn't have to be like the total enzyme, but ideally it should be the whole enzyme. There's still like the research is still like iffy on it, but yeah, so preferably empty stomach, delayed release. That way it can go through your stomach without breaking open, and then get into your small intestine, break open, then those enzymes can be absorbed fully intact and like have the best systemic performance, because it's being actually absorbed properly, not broken down in your stomach. So there's a few different ones. Well, there's four, like I said. The first one is Serrapeptase. So I'm going to just kind of briefly explain like what specifically these are. These all are old proteases, but they all act a little differently. Serrapeptase is an enzyme that's derived from silkworms, which is like super interesting. It's in the silkworm intestine. Apparently it's to help break down the silk cocoon that the worms have. So this, I would say the serrapeptase and the bromelain for me have been the most, probably the more specific ones for like my tendinitis or my tendon pain. But the serrapeptase breaks down like scar tissue. It can also break down like mucus. It has anti-inflammatory and pain reducing effects. Which is why, I said like this and the bromelain are more focused on like injury and like pain management. An ideal dose, what I've been taking, at least, I have 120,000 SPU. I think it's serrapeptase units. I'm probably mispronouncing that. But I take these twice a day. So I take it first thing in the morning because that's like a really great time, because my stomach is, I haven't eaten for many hours, and I usually have breakfast like an hour and a half or 2 hours after I wake up. So that's a good time for me. And then I also take it before bedtime. Sometimes I'll take it like a third one in the middle of the day, but like dose wise, like twice a day, like 120, like 60 to 120,000 SPU twice a day is probably gonna be sufficient. Let's see, I also have like a little script here. Some possible side effects: nausea, mild gastrointestinal upset, possible thinning of the blood. I haven't noticed like any nausea or upset stomach from this, so your results may vary. The second one is bromelain. So bromelain, some of you might have heard of this before. It's an enzyme that is found in pineapple. I believe at the stem and the juice of the pineapple. And it's interesting too. Some people, you can buy this and like use it as, you can use it as a digestive enzyme to help break down protein in your stomach. I actually do have a normal bromelain for this, not delayed release caps. But also some people will like marinate their meat with bromelain or like pineapple juice, because it specifically has that bromelain and like breaks down some of that. It tenderizes the meat because it breaks down some of the protein. So the bromelain also has anti-inflammatory and pain relief. So also really good use for injuries. Apparently can reduce nasal and sinus inflammation. A good dose for this is about 1,000 milligrams per day, divided into like 2 to 3 doses. This one is 1,250 milligrams for 3 caps. So I've been taking 3 a day. And like I said, with all of these on empty stomach, so I'll take 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and then 1 midday when I, in between meals. So that way I can get the most effect out of it. So from what I've researched, if you are having like pain from an injury, like with your tendons, if I had to recommend 2, I would say these 2. These are more targeted towards like breaking down like any scar tissue, or like kind of just helping your body like essentially clean up a little bit. But you know, I decided to just go overboard and get the other two proteolytic enzymes that I researched. So these aren't so specific to like injury or like pain, you know, relief or anti-inflammatory, but these are more, well, these are like fibrolytic. Both of these break down fibrin, which is involved in blood clotting. With both of these, there is a risk of possible blood thinning. I'm not sure how severe. You know, I guess with any sort of supplements, ideally, you know, don't take it without, you know, supervision from your doctor. I mean, I'm a dummy, and I never take, I never have doctor supervision. I just take these willy-nilly. So you shouldn't do that. Because yeah, you know, blood thinning, I mean, that can be pretty serious. I haven't had any like cuts or anything. I haven't really been able to like see if there's a difference, if I notice a difference in that. So I'm not too worried about it though. But so with the nattokinase, this is an enzyme. So it comes from natto, which is a traditional Japanese food by it's fermented soybeans. With a specific bacteria. So like I said, this breaks down fibrin, so it supports cardiovascular health and circulation. Also used as a natural blood thinner. Like I said, it does have that blood thinning effect. With this, my script is saying typical dose is 2,000. Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah, that is what I'm taking. Because I was looking on here, it says 4,000, but that's per 2 capsules. So I've been taking 1 capsule twice a day. So yeah, so 2,000 of the FU. If I, abbreviation, I'm not saying, you know, literally FU. I'm just, you know, that's just what it is. But like twice daily, and again, also on an empty stomach. So I take all of these at the same time, just because, you know, it just makes sense. So apparently, other than thinning the blood, possible headaches or dizziness in rare cases. I haven't noticed any of that. And then the fourth one that I've been taking is Lumbrokinase. Now the one I have is actually has 3 enzymes in here. It has the Lumbrokinase, which is the fourth one, but also this one has the Nattokinase and the Serrapeptase. So I guess I'm getting a little extra of that, which doesn't seem to be causing me any issue. If anything, I don't mind kind of going a little higher on the dosages, because I really like want to recover from this injury. So, and I haven't noticed any side effects or any adverse effects. So I don't mind that there's additional stuff in here. But I, for the most part though, I'm taking this for the Lumbrokinase. This is like the cheapest one I found off of Amazon. So this one's gross. It smells absolutely disgusting. Apparently, the Lumbrokinase is extracted from the intestines of earthworms. That just is already disgusting in and of itself. But it has this like really gross smell. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, I wouldn't say rotten, but like it's pretty potent. It's pretty nasty. So yeah, I'll take like all of these other ones on one go, and then with this one I'll like have like a flavored drink or something, and like, you know, kind of have some of it in my mouth, drop that in, swallow quickly, and then drink some more of this. And usually, like, I don't taste or really smell it outside of that. It's just whenever I open it to take one out, it's just, I can smell it's disgusting. But apparently this one is a more potent, has stronger fibrinolytic activity. So this also breaks down blood clots and improves blood flow. So this and the nattokinase are good for your more cardiovascular, and like I said, not so much with inflammation or like injury or pain relief. But I figured, like, why not? I have a little extra money, fortunately, and like I'm really desperate to like recover. And honestly, like after abusing so much nitrous oxide and like drugs and alcohol, I wouldn't be surprised if like my body just has a lot of stuff it needs to clean up. I don't know if this really helps with that per se, but it's not too expensive and pretty reasonably priced. So it's like, I figure why not? So like I mentioned, this can also cause blood thinning. I think even more so because it's more potent. It also says nausea or lightheadedness. Now I'm not sure. I haven't done a whole bunch of research. I don't know if like it's okay. I would assume it's okay to take both the nattokinase and the lumbrokinase, especially since this one has both. But because they both thin blood, maybe be a little more cautious. And again, like ideally speak with your doctor, see what they think. So yeah, that's those four. But yeah, I'm like really, I'm really stoked. I'm really happy because, I mean, I'm finally able to like start lifting heavier, which I think has been contributing to me, getting more muscular and like, the video I made of someone, the other day saying that it looks like I've been making pretty good progress. I think a lot of that has to do with just like being able to like lift heavier, especially on pulling exercises, because now my tendon doesn't hurt much at all. At least not nearly as much as it used to. I don't know if like it is actually helping repair the injury or if it's just reducing the pain. I feel like it's doing both, because I've been able to lift more, like especially like I said, pulling exercises. So I think the tendon is getting stronger, so it's breaking down like any possible like maybe scar tissue. I don't know, maybe that's bro science, but either way it seems to be helping. So I've been able to lift heavier, and my knees have not hurt in the past few weeks. And like I said, like I noticed, the benefit in like just a few days. Like I don't know if that's maybe part of it's placebo. I feel like especially now being a few weeks in, it's probably had enough time to like have an effect. But yeah, even just like a few days in, like I noticed a difference. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy to be taking all this. I think it's just good. It kind of, two of them, kind of helps with the injury. Two of them helps with my cardiovascular health, which, probably can use, some boost. And, so yeah, so again, with any of these, take them on an empty stomach and don't eat for like an hour and a half or so. Get a formulation that specifically says delayed release capsules. Yeah, like on here, DR caps, delayed release. This Bromelain, this is also gastrointestinal or gastro-resistant capsules, so it's pretty much the same thing. Because like I said, otherwise, if they're just regular capsules and or you're taking on a full stomach, it's going to sit in your stomach and release, and then your body and own enzymes are just going to break those down. And like I said, maybe like the like fragments of the enzymes, maybe those still might possibly be absorbed and have like some effect. It seems like ideally the intact enzyme is best to be absorbed so it can work systemically. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to share them just because it's like, one, I think like the science behind it is like super cool. I think there's just so many cool supplements and it's cool how they act. And two, it's like I'm just so grateful I finally have found something that has helped with my pain. It seems to be helping me like heal, because it's just been so long, and it's like it's really been hampering my workouts, you know, because it's like been painful, and then also it's like I'm just afraid of worsening it, where now I don't have pain, and like, you know, I'm able to just lift heavier without having to worry. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I may or may not, on my YouTube video version of this, I may or may not drop affiliate links to Amazon, for each of these, in the video description. I mean, because I don't know, I feel like if someone's interested, that's a win-win. It's like you can kind of like see which ones I got, which I found to be like the most affordable ones, and then I can make like a very small percentage. But I'm not sure. I'm kind of undecided on it. But at the very least, hopefully with this video, the takeaway is just informing you of, you know, kind of the, you know, that these are available, like what they are and kind of what they do, and the fact that they exist. And, you know, I highly recommend you do your own research, you know, look into it, you know, see if any of those or a combination of them sounds like something you might benefit from. Research. You know, I feel like you should never take anyone's word. You should always do like independent research just to confirm, because I'm human, I'm not infallible, you know, like sometimes I get incorrect information, so it's good to do your own research, and then you can especially decide like, hey, is this something that, you know, from what I've read, from what you've read, might be beneficial. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you thought this video was helpful, please leave a comment. You know, if you liked it, please like the video. That helps tremendously. Please subscribe. That helps tremendously. And yeah, I'm just stoked. It's just so nice to like not hurt. Not hurting is really nice. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.